Once upon a time, in a sleepy little town nestled between rolling hills, there lived a man named Thomas. Thomas was an ordinary fellow with an extraordinary gift. He could find joy in the simplest things, but, like many of us, he often forgot to appreciate those little moments in the hustle and bustle of modern life. One crisp morning, Thomas decided to take a stroll through the town square. The sun was shining brightly and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. As he walked, he noticed a small bakery on the corner that he hadn't visited in years. Guided by the warm, inviting aroma of freshly baked bread, he stepped inside. The bell above the door jingled cheerfully, and an elderly woman with twinkling eyes greeted him. Her name was Mrs. Harper, and she had been the town's beloved baker for decades. With a broad smile, she offered Thomas a slice of warm, crusty bread with a dollop of homemade jam. As he took a bite, the explosion of flavors sent waves of warmth through him, and he felt the burdens of his busy life momentarily lift. "Isn't it wonderful?" Mrs. Harper smiled broadly, watching Thomas savor the flavors. The simple things in life are often the sweetest. That comment lingered in Thomas's mind long after he left the bakery. He began to notice details he had previously overlooked, the way the sunlight danced on the surface of the nearby pond, the laughter of children playing in the park, the sound of leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. Each small moment bubbled with potential joy, just waiting to be appreciated. Inspired by this newfound awareness, Thomas decided to keep a joy journal, where he would jot down little moments that sparked happiness each day. One entry noted the time he helped an elderly neighbor carry her groceries and the smile she gave him in return. Another described a spontaneous rain shower that turned into a delightful dance with his dog, splashing through puddles. There was even a note about a sunset that painted the sky in incredible hues of orange and pink, a masterpiece created just for him. As the weeks turned into months, Thomas found himself deeply transformed by his practice of appreciation. Each entry in his joy journal became a celebration of life's little wonders, helping him cultivate a heart full of gratitude. One rainy evening, while flipping through the pages of memories, he stumbled upon an old photograph of himself from years ago, before he had learned to appreciate joy. Looking at the young man in the photo, he saw a face marked by worry, overwhelmed by life's pressures. In contrast, the man he had become radiated warmth and light, filled with a newfound passion for life. Encouraged by his own transformation, Thomas decided to share his practice with others. He organized community gatherings where townsfolk could come together and share their moments of joy. In this space, laughter filled the air as people exchanged stories of kindness, nature's beauty, and cherished memories. The gatherings blossomed and the town began to flourish with positivity. Years later, as an elderly man himself, Thomas stood before the growing crowd in the town square, now bustling with vibrant energy. The joy he had cultivated in his heart had ripple effects, turning the entire community into a tapestry of appreciation and love. Life, he said, addressing his fellow townsfolk, is a series of fleeting moments. Let us never forget the power of joy found in the simplest of things. Appreciate them, celebrate them, and they will fill your life with endless beauty. And so, the man who had learned to embrace joy taught an entire town the invaluable lesson of appreciation, transforming their lives in the process. In the years that followed, Thomas would often reflect on how that simple slice of bread had changed everything, the moment that ignited a fire of gratitude, showing him that joy is always present for those willing to see.